Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome aboard. Thanks for watching today on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates across the country. Coming up in this hour, 30 minutes from right now, Warren Sharp on the program, Week 14 reaction with him, along with player props for tonight's big game in L.A., Chargers and the Eagles, the good, the bad, and the ugly, a little bit later on. And now Week 15 numbers, Pauly, in the NFL, the Thursday night game. The Buccaneers, they should have been running away with this division, and now they're not.
Yep.
They're laying 4.5 against Atlanta. Total is 44.5.
It's still right there for them. They haven't played Carolina. They're better than Carolina. And I really like them Thursday. Evans back, McMillan back, Wirfs back. Atlanta's lost 7 of 8. Raheem Morris dead on his feet. That should be it. Hung in there for a half against Seattle, and then the kickoff return was a killer, and then plenty of turnovers as well. Baker has not played well.
No.
And that big fourth down play, I think it was Ibuka with the bobble. Should have converted that, and it's just...
So Ibuka has to catch that, I think.
Yeah.
But he's also open by 7 yards. How do you make it that? Baker, he's wide open.
Yeah.
And here's a couple of great tweets from Hayden Winks. He thinks he's clearly, Baker, playing through an injury.
Yeah.
His accuracy on 10-plus air yard throws, 2023, 43%. Last year, 49%. This year, 35%. NFL average is 44. 10-plus air yard accuracy in 2025. Darnold, for example, is 59%. Drake May, 55%. Baker Mayfield is tied with Carson Wentz and only ahead of Bryce Young.
Oh.
He is 36th out of qualified quarterbacks. Not right. He's definitely still injured. That oblique, he downplayed the oblique when he was not running a good 3 weeks ago.
Bad job defensively, too. Yeah, I can cut him a break yesterday because of the conditions. It was so bad. But to stop the run. I mean,
how do you let Shuck run for
twice.
2 touchdowns like that?
I know. They had 139 rushing yards.
There's also...
Terrible. They've lost 4 of 5 now. This is getting interesting.
Sure.
They were $8, $9 favorite.
The Buccaneers could not get the Saints offense off the field on 3rd and 4th and short. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers went for it the entire game on 4th and short. Horrendous play, just right into the line of scrimmage, and they could never pick it up.
Yep.
Horrible job.
Hit me.
Browns at the Bears, Chicago 7.5, total 40.5.
I was impressed with the Bears even though they lost.
So was I.
I hated the play call on 4th and 1. But still now only. How about that? From the 1 seed to the 7 seed after one game. Oh, plus 160 to miss the playoffs. I think it comes down to week 18 at home against Detroit. They do win this game, though. And I don't know what has happened to this Cleveland defense. They allowed 184 yards rushing. Sanders looked great. More on what Stefanski did coming up. But I think this is an over here if the weather cooperates.
Yeah.
He looked good. He made some nice throws.
No, he did.
I mean, he had no practice time. They've sabotaged him, at least what people are saying, and they haven't developed him. And you know, the Bailey Zappi crap about running the scout team as well.
Are you sure the Bears win this game?
Really?
Like, I want nothing to do with them teasing him down. I don't.
Really?
No way.
Oh, I think that, yeah.
I just think Caleb against this defense. I know the defense was not great yesterday for Cleveland, but this might not go well for him. Jets are at Jacksonville. Look at this. Jacksonville's 12.5, 41.5 to total.
Is this Brady Cook?
Probably.
It's not enough if it's Brady Cook. Not that Fields is any bargain, but wow. Taylor hurt, Fields banged up, Cook comes in, got gashed on the ground.
And you can't run against Jacksonville for the most part.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
It's actually down to 11.5 here at Circa.
Oh, boy. This is a great week for a New York teaser. That's what it is with these 13-point teasers.
I don't disagree. We have plenty of those on the board.
Yeah.
So the Bills are playing at the Patriots next week. New England will be off the bye. The look ahead, some books had New England as a small favorite. Buffalo favored now. 1.5 total around, now down to 49.5 here at Circuit. In fact, Circuit just moved to a pick.
I don't agree with it. Buffalo's got a bad defense.
I'm going to say wrong team favored here?
Wrong team's favored. I don't have any confidence in this defense. Burrow handed them the game. And I could not stop Cincinnati.
Right. I also have no confidence. Well, Shouldn't say no confidence, but I have very little confidence in the AFC playoffs with that defense.
Yep. Josh Allen has to play out of his mind every game.
They're going to have to beat teams 38-35 every single week.
That's right. And the fourth down luck's going to have to go their way.
Mm-hmm.
He made some incredible plays. That one, they're down, was it 14-3? He made the fourth down throw. But it's, New England's going to win.
By the way, that old cliche, when people say the best two words in sports, Game 7, I disagree. The best two words in sports, snow football.
Yes.
Can't beat it. Couldn't get my eyes off the TV yesterday.
Yep.
Here you go. New York teaser again. Raiders at Eagles. Philly, 12.5. Total 38.5.
Let's see what it looks like tonight, number one. Sirianni said he's been in the kitchen helping to cook. Can they figure this out finally? And is it all the blame on Hurts? More on that coming up. But I actually think they have a shot if it's Pickett. It finally happened, and it happened because of an injury.
Right.
But Geno Smith just shouldn't be out there. He's terrible.
It's a revenge game for Pickett here.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Circa now showing 11 on this game.
They will not be able to run the ball, and if you take care of Bowers, you should be okay and unleash hell on Pickett as well. Bad defense. But can you be laying that type of point spread when you've had these issues offensively the whole year?
You have that going against them. Plus, look at this. The total's 38.5, and they're laying the opener was 12.5 at DraftKings. You want to lay that big of a number with that small of a total?
Right.
I can't get there with Philadelphia. I have like nothing on the game tonight. I don't know what to do with this game.
I agree with you. It's
against
tough.
the Chargers, but
yeah.
The Ravens at the Bengals. Here you go. Baltimore's favored on the road.
Season's over if they lose.
Taking money.
Yeah. One thing you got to look at Likely and Andrews. Every Buffalo tight end went crazy.
Every single one of them.
Yep. But I don't have a lot of confidence in the Ravens, and I know they should get whatever they want through the air. And it's just the Thanksgiving game was so bad. Yeah, with the silly turnovers, but I just think they know that. I think they know they're up against it now, and they blew this.
Boy, oh boy, they have to go to Cincinnati, and they have to now win by at least a field goal here at Circa to cover the game.
You don't think the Bengals want to ruin their season?
That's
all they're playing for.
No doubt.
Do you imagine to sweep them, beat them twice in 3 weeks, knock them out?
Burrow going to be smiling. He'll have that blank-eating grin on his face after the game. I can't. There's no way I can get involved with laying numbers with Baltimore at this point. No way, no how. They're a total mess. And by the way, what was that from the defense yesterday?
Yeah, you can't give that up.
You allowed Rodgers to go nuts against you. So Burrow in this offense, that game on Thanksgiving night was misleading because they screwed up the entire first half. Baltimore did, but. I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable on the road laying that many points. The Commanders are at the Giants. New York's off the bye. They open up 2.5 in this game. Total 47.5.
Is this an overreaction
to what took place yesterday with the Commanders getting pounded?
Yeah. I mean, they go overtime in Spain.
Right.
They almost beat Denver. They no-show. They have 2 big injuries. And now the Giants are favored? A 2-win team? I don't know. I think it goes back. Teams off a shutout loss or 4-0 ATS. I think Dan Quinn will have them.
Well,
at least prepared and ready to go.
And by the way, like these teams like New York, well, Washington too, because it's been so bad for them. They, in theory, should not want to win any more games. And at some point, are they going to say?
Now that's hilarious because finally the Raiders might get the number 1 pick or number 2 pick, and the draft class is lousy.
Right. And then the Titans go out and win a game yesterday. The Saints go out and win a game yesterday. Mm-hmm. What are you guys doing? And it's like, players are not going to go out there and tank. Not suggesting that, but do the Giants say, "Man, it's been a rough year. We've had so many injuries. Our star players. Why don't we just not play Jackson Dart anymore, and have Winston go out in there? And Winston's capable of doing fine, but I don't think I'd take the chance of him getting hurt again." Neighbors down, Scatterboo down, Dart hurt a lot this year.
Yeah.
It's a bad trifecta.
Mm-hmm.
And then another early game next week. The Chargers playing tonight, so this is going to be a road game on a short week after a Monday nighter. They're at the Chiefs. KC opened up 4.5 at DraftKings. That's the number right now at Circa. Yep. Total 43.5.
Yep. This is the only chance for the Chiefs. They need some Charger losses. And they have a brutal schedule. And if the Chargers lose tonight and you win this game, there's still hope with what's going on with the Colts. the Colts open up the door for Kansas City, even though they lost. Because the Colts should be out of it now. Dimes is done. Riley Leonard's hurt. You might have to play Brett Rippon. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They have a brutal schedule as it is. And now you don't have a quarterback?
Yeah. I know what they're going to do this week.
Huh?
They're going to get absolutely destroyed by Seattle.
They should, yeah.
So, again, but do you want to lay 4.5 with KC?
I got to see what it looks like tonight. I don't mind it if Herbert's compromised and he's not going to take off and run and their defense has issues. I could see one last stand for Kansas City.
I can't.
Yeah. I can't count him out.
Maybe.
I can't count this guy out.
Yeah, you can.
You can't.
Yeah.
Houston 9.5 to Arizona. That could get out of control. Don't you think?
I actually think it's a little bit light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the offense and Nico has a big game and Brissett won't move it. Mm-hmm. Rams did a better job defensively. Ready to boost your bankroll? Broncos giving new depositors a 50% purchase bonus just by using promo code VSiN. Do it when you sign up. Their lines are live on the VSiN betting splits page. See where the action's moving before you bet. Turn your bonus into an edge with insight that matters. Go to Brocco.com. Use promo code VSiN. Brocco.com, code VSiN.
I should say that the Chiefs can win this game. They can. I'm just not going to have my money on them. There's no way. More Week 15 numbers coming up here in the National Football League. This is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. What a move this game. I just referenced the game. Where it opened up last week and where it's now sitting. It's one of the biggest moves I've ever seen. And is the wrong team favored in what is a terrific matchup on Sunday afternoon? Details next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
More Week 15 numbers NFL coming up here in a second, but the league just announced that they're going to actually flex out of the Week 16 Sunday night game. That was Cincinnati and Miami. Actually, I think that's kind of a sexy game. A lot of points in that game.
Possible.
But they're going to go with Patriots-Ravens in that spot instead.
Yeah, right. It's a good game.
You like it?
Yes, that's a good flex. Also, thanks to the tweets, Aaron Rodgers anytime was 22-1.
Anytime. 22-1
Yeah.
to get in.
100-1 to your big boy.
Anytime that you have a quarterback and they're going to give you that kind of a number,
That's
you
right.
I didn't even consider looking at him yesterday, though.
That's the Davis Mills theory, too.
Yep.
Your quarterback can't be 18-1 anytime, 20-1 anytime.
All right, more numbers here, Week 12. Another gigantic favorite. Obviously, you knew that this game was coming, probably because of Survivor, and the 49ers were going to be circled off their bye week. They're at home to the Titans. San Francisco laying 12.5, total 44.5. Good job by Tennessee yesterday.
Well,
Ward looked good.
he was okay.
He looked fine at times.
The rushing attack is what got him, and the special teams blunders.
Right.
I mean, right off the bat, you start deep in Cleveland territory with the kickoff. So, San Francisco will do a good job on the ground and the contained Pollard and the rushing attack. Shanahan's covered 3 in a row off the bye, but that's a lot of points. Man, that's a lot of points.
Yeah. Here's another one. Afternoon game, Pacific Northwest. So I have this in pocket going back to when we did the early lines last week. I thought the number was way too short. I got Seattle minus 3.5 in pocket.
Yeah.
They reopened 11.5. They're up to 13 in this game. 13.5 now at Circa.
Yep.
You want another shutout? Here's your case. This could be the Minnesota Vikings all over again from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Riley Leonard or Brett Rippon, what they're going to have to do. What is going on with Richardson? That he's out for the year because of that mishap earlier in the season with what was he doing? With an elastic band or something? He hit himself in the eye? He's out for the year?
Evidently, yeah. They can't go to him.
Oh, my God.
Because of this.
What a fiasco.
Well,
nice top 5 pick.
And by the way, so here's the deal with the Colts. Unfortunately for Dan, I mean, that sucks, man. Guy's having a great bounce back year. He's already hurt with the fibula, then the Achilles yesterday. So you can forget about it for the rest of this year. That also means that he's probably not going to be ready for next season. They also gave up their first-round picks with Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do? A quarterback?
No, boy, you're in trouble. Kyler Murray next year?
Richardson, what a whiff if he's not going to be the guy.
I know.
Maybe Kyler.
Yeah.
Might be the spot. But now, JSN minus 350 in that range to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. That's too much. Taylor still had a touchdown. I mean, maybe they can just lean on him and he can still have a couple strong performances. But that's and Gibbs coming down too now.
Yeah, I know.
With that. So you're right. This could get out of this is ugly.
Are the Colts going to score 14 points in this game?
No. Unless Darnold helps them out.
Yeah, well.
But I think he'll be okay in this game. Boy, what a move. What a move.
Which one?
The 3.5 up to
this
who
thing,
knows who knows how high is it? If it's Brett Rippon, it goes to 14.
Okay, well, here's the thing. So this is 2-3 years ago. I always like looking at the games of the year in the NFL. And I found one where Buffalo, it was a great spot. Again, this goes back to before the season started. I found Buffalo playing at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And the Buffalo Bills were minus 6.5. I made a nice, healthy bet on that for a game of the year. When that game kicked off that week in the season, Buffalo closed 16.5. Pauly, they lost outright. I had 10.5 points of closing line value. They lost outright.
Yeah.
So it's easier said than done. I'm not going to count my money yet.
Yeah.
Panthers are 3 at the Saints, total 40.5.
Okay, big. Sorry, you were going to say Chuck? Good.
Look fine.
How about this quote? We can beat anybody, he said. A lot of confidence in him.
Cocky out there as well. Right? Okay.
It's big for the win total. Still need a couple losses to get the win total under in New Orleans. And Carolina's lost 11 in a row when favored. So it's like Godfather 3, right? They're trying to pull you back in. Here we go. Can Carolina make the playoffs? Are they actually above average? Can they do this? Well, you know what happened last time.
And money on the Saints here at Circa down to 2.5.
Yeah. I don't trust Bryce Young.
No, on the road as a favorite, no thank you.
That is now 9 straight. No, that snuck over. So the 8 straight unders, and they were 8-1 under run for New Orleans, and they were tied at the end of the first quarter.
So this game now, and it's the same as the look-ahead number from last week, but is the wrong team favorite here in Denver. Packers are a 1.5 favorite.
No, not the way Love's playing.
Okay.
Now, I know this is the Rodney Dangerfield team. They've won 10 in a row and they're home underdogs, but yesterday was the first time they never trailed in a game. Think about that. That Denver's trailed in every single game before the Las Vegas performance. So they're not buying Bo Nix, and they're not buying this offense, and you're going against Parsons and company. And I know, good job by LaFleur, working the officials the whole game. They were mauling Parsons and not calling it.
Their defense was great again yesterday. It was one of the worst outputs of the entire year for the Chicago offense. EPA per play, yards per play.
Total's too high.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Now, are we going to get that love against this defense?
I think so. He's cooking. Yeah. He gets on these streaks late in the season.
No, he plays really well down the stretch.
I don't think he should, unless they run the table. It's hard to say he's going to beat out Stafford.
Oh my God, Stafford's got
plus the clunkers he had.
Yeah.
You can't score 10, 7, and 13 points in a game in 3 losses. Come on.
Stafford has 35 touchdown passes. The next guy behind him has 26.
Does he cook again? You don't think Stafford's going to eat up Detroit?
Oh my God, how does he not? And now Brian Branch done for the year as well after the game Thursday night. So the Rams open up 5.5. That's the current number. Total 55.5.
Oh, wow.
But extended rest here for the Lions.
Yeah, Thursday lived up to the hype, but getting St. Brown back was a surprise, and that was big.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big show-me spot for the Rams defense.
Concur. I was hoping this number would be like below 51.
They should put heat on Goff. They should make life miserable for Goff.
I believe, yes.
McVay knows him better than anyone.
Yep.
And you would think that they'll get whatever they want offensively.
And as long as they take care of the ball, you're exactly right. Like they should score like in the 30s in this game.
And it won't be like the Cowboys, who took a little while to get going, and then 8 field goals in that game. I still can't believe it on Thursday night.
Yeah, yep. Now, how about this? That team, they play Sunday night. They're laying 6 against Minnesota. Total is 48.5. I don't know what that was yesterday from Washington, but tip of the cap. Again, that's now, by the way, that's back-to-back awesome performances by the Vikings defense. And actually now money on the Cowboys, 6.5 now.
Yeah.
Is that too many points, though, for the Cowboys to be laying?
No, I like Dallas. It won't go well for McCarthy.
Probably not.
He wasn't bad, but then again, he couldn't go out there and just embarrass himself every single start.
I would expect Brian Flores to dial up the heat a lot, though.
Yep. Dallas can still do this. 10-6-1.
No, they
never know.
Have a loss tonight by Philadelphia.
That's right. And that's the other thing. You could sneak in as a wild card at 10-6-1, or Philly loses 3 times, which could happen.
By the way, I'm the president of many players' fan clubs. One of them would be Andrew Van Ginkel. He's one of my favorite players in the entire league. Did it again yesterday. Guy is awesome. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there on defense when he stays healthy.
Yep. Suddenly this looks okay now.
Okay.
Pittsburgh's 3 at home against Miami Monday night. I like the Steelers.
Well, if Achan's healthy.
He says he's good to go. He wanted to come back and play because he was okay. McDaniel said no.
And money here, again, Pittsburgh is up to 3.5 here at Circa.
What an incredible job here. How about all these people that are going to blow the win total? Miami's 500 with a win.
Yeah, I know. They're 60, 70 to 1 to make the playoffs. Not the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Because they closed with New England. Who knows how they treat that game and what's on the line.
That's exactly right.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
I like Pittsburgh, but Miami could win this game.
Of course, certainly winnable for them. And they're playing pretty good football right now. I'll tell you this. You go look back and look at the Dolphins' schedule this year. They have a lot of games early on that they blew. They should have defeated the Patriots in that game. They gave that game away to New England. There are others like that on the schedule, and without that, they'd be right there in the mix. They'd probably be in the playoffs right now. But it's Tua on the road, cold, potentially here. And the Tomlin thing, it just happens every single year. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. VSiN Pro subscribers have exclusive access to the AI player prop projections powered by OptAI, the trusted data source behind elite soccer analytics in the UK, quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, and the NBA player prop projections. Compared directly to DraftKings lines, help you find value. Access it all with a VSiN Pro subscription, VSiN.com/subscribe. Only the Steelers win those type of games. Yeah. With the likely play, the Rodgers play, it's incredible.
Like on a consistent basis.
Yes.
Just the total fluky nature of that stuff.
Colts, 6 turnovers. Patriots, 5 turnovers, 2 inside the 5-yard line.
Right.
I mean, they should be way out of this.
Just like over and over again over the course of a season. Like, what is happening again? Warren Sharp on the program coming up next. We'll get his thoughts / player props for tonight's big Monday night matchup in L.A. between the Chargers and the Eagles coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Time now for a reaction to Week 14 and a look at tonight's big game in L.A. Chargers-Eagles. Warren Sharp joins the program, and he is on the Progressive guest line. Sharp.football is the website, on X at SharpFootball. Warren, let's begin with this. What we watched last night, your observations, Chiefs, Texans, and now Kansas City is completely up against it. When Reed went for it there, tie game, own territory on 4th down, it was the first time in his career he did that, with the score tied in the 4th quarter or overtime, and his offense was inside his own 40-yard line. Overall, your thoughts on what he did there and the game in general?
Well, I understand mathematically, it makes sense. But the math, I'll just say this, I'm more of an analytics guy, would lean more into that. But that math isn't taking into consideration what you've been limiting that opposing defense to. And, I just felt like his defense was playing well enough that he would be able to get the ball back in no real detriment position. But he stuck with the math. Multiple models was saying to go for it. In general, though, my issue is far more broad than that specific decision. My issue with Andy Reid is this decision to pivot into the run game with Kareem Hunt as pretty much your lead back, a little bit of Isaiah Pacheco as well. It doesn't make any sense to me. And you guys may not be able to see this that clearly. We'll see if it shows up a little bit. But the first 8 weeks of the season, they were running the football off to the right there. I've noted 70% of the time on early down first half dropbacks. They were successful. They were winning most of these games. And I'm talking about they're passing the football. They are passing the football at a higher rate than average. They were passing the ball on first half early downs at a 70% clip. That was number 1 in the NFL. No other team was close. The closest teams were like 65, 64%. They were number 1. That's normal. Andy Reid always been passing the football a lot. For whatever reason, over these last, 5 games where they've 1 win and 4 losses, they have dropped that pass rate all the way down from 70% down to 58%. And they're leaning more into this run game at a league average rate. And the run game is terrible. Their early down run game on the season, dead last in explosive run rate, number 24 in yards per carry, number 23 in EPA per rush, and number 19 in success rate. Despite the fact that Mahomes is healthy, all the wide receivers are up and healthy, the tight ends are healthy. Yeah, I know you've got offensive line injuries, but that affects your run game as well as your pass game. I don't understand it. They're setting themselves up for more third downs that they then have to convert because they're inefficient on early downs. The whole thing is mind-boggling to me, considering the history of Andy Reid and the fact that you have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback. Why are you pivoting so much into the run? I don't understand it, but it's setting the Chiefs up for some problems where they might miss the playoffs now. And I think a large part is because of that strategy that they've taken under.
Burrow was great before the horrible interception yesterday. I mean, hard to envision that Cincinnati might only win 5 games. Just how bad is this defense historically?
Well, this defense is terrible. And I've got this crazy statistic that I saw today. I've got to share with you guys. Not sure if you've heard it. The Bengals this year have now lost 3 games despite scoring 34 plus points in those games. They've lost 3 games where their offense scored 34 plus points. That has only happened one other time in the last 20 years. You know when that other time was?
I'm going to say the Bengals last year.
The Bengals last year.
Oh.
The Bengals last year, and now this year, back-to-back years. It hasn't happened to a single other team. Absolutely outstanding guess. Hasn't happened to anybody else in the last 2 decades, except for the Bengals. This defense is horrific. And Joe Burrow was, I thought, masterful when you consider what he's dealing with. He comes back early from this foot surgery when nobody else thinks he's going to be back. Not only does he average 51% success rate on his passes yesterday, which was 5th best of any quarterback in the NFL, doing so in those elements, averages plus 0.26 EPA, 8th best of any quarterback in the NFL last week. He is throwing the ball 9.1 air yards per attempt down the field and still completing 69% of his passes. You know where 9.1 air yards per attempt compared to Josh Allen playing in the same conditions? Josh Allen averaged just 4.6 air yards per attempt. Joe Burrow was up at 9.1, yet was still completing 69% of passes, completed 80% of his third downs. I mean, Joe Burrow had an outstanding day, like you said, prior to that interception, but it's a no-win situation for Burrow. I hope at some point people recognize how great an elite of a quarterback he is, but you're just never going to see it when he's playing in Cincinnati on that team with that defense. There's a massive ceiling that's limiting the upside potential for this team because of that defense.
Now you're spot on. Dynamite analysis as always. Warren Sharp, our guest, he's on the Progressive Guest Line. As for tonight, tricky game. Eagles, small favorites on the road against LA. Both teams Chargers absolutely need it. Eagles, I'd say the same thing here. What caught your attention here with Jalen Hurts potentially against the Chargers defense?
Look, this is the lowest implied team total for the Eagles in any game this year. I mean, their team total is set lower than any game, and it's an indoor game. So you would think they have the opportunity to score points here. But the biggest issue that they're running up against is the defense of the Chargers, which is a zone-based defense. The Chargers play 2 high coverages on 58% of snaps, second highest in the NFL. They play man coverage at the lowest rate of any defense in the NFL. That impacts Jalen Hurts. He has much better splits going up against man. Some of his receivers are much better going up against man coverage. And it's going to cause Jalen Hurts to hold onto the football a little bit unless something has changed over the last 10 days or so. This season, he's holding onto the football a lot more against zone coverage than he does man coverage. The one thing that it does encourage him to do, though, a little bit is to scramble with the football. He is a willing scrambler at a higher rate against zone coverage than he is against man. And like I said, this is the team that plays second highest zone, lowest rate of man. And the Chargers are allowing the 24th rate, best efficiency to running backs when they run the football. So they're 9th worst in the NFL defending quarterbacks that run the football. Now, they haven't faced very many over the last several weeks. If you look at this, you're talking like Geno Smith, Cam Ward, Daniel Jones, Tua. All of these guys have single-digit rushing totals since week 5. But prior to that, Patrick Mahomes had 57 yards. Geno Smith had a 20-yard rushing game, might have been one of his best of the year. Bo Nix had 33. Jackson Dart had 54. And Jaden Daniels had 39. So they were giving it up earlier in the year. His rushing total is right around 30 and a half, I think. At some spots right now, you can find it. I dabbled a little bit on that. Nothing really strong for me from a props perspective stood out in tonight's game. Off of a good day yesterday, already started turning the page a little bit to week 15 and looking at some of these games next week. But we'll see. I have bet after 2 straight losses, I bet the rushing total over on Jalen Hurts against the Minnesota Vikings, thinking we get a defense that's going to blitz him a lot, plays a lot of zone, and he didn't run the football at all there. So, this whole offense of the Eagles is far too erratic to have a level of confidence in betting their props this season, and just so up and down and mostly down.
We start week 15 with Atlanta at Tampa. You have an interesting observation on this game.
Yeah, I watched that game, obviously, as a lot of people did, Tampa versus the Saints yesterday in a monsoon, and Tyler Shook running all over the field against this defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Baker Mayfield not having a great day in the pouring down rain. And it's impossible not to miss how destroyed that field got on that game. Just muddied up, torn up from the cleats, and now they have to play on Thursday at that same exact venue. So I'm interested in see what the grounds crew is capable of doing there to get that field in game condition. But I mean, that field definitely took a beating. If you watch it, especially in the fourth quarter, check out how that field looked in the game yesterday if you want to go back and watch the replay.
Great catch. Quick turnaround. I watched the whole game because I was on Tampa, unfortunately, in Survivor. And those conditions, I mean, now that the grounds crew there to get it together on short rest here, they're up against it, I think, for that Thursday night game probably.
Yeah, what was the status, just so you can educate me real quick, on Bucky Irving? He left the game for a little while. He came back. I don't know if he was 100%. Do you have any injury update there?
I don't have any update as of right now, but I'll be on the lookout for it for sure. Yep. Warren, thanks for the
he's obviously a vital piece of that team, and on the ground, if he's banged up, that's going to be a problem.
No doubt. Thanks, Warren. Enjoy the game tonight. Best of luck.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Good stuff.
There you go. He was on the Progressive Guest Line. Website, sharp.football, on X @sharpfootball.
Trey Hendrickson, season's over.
Yep.
Riley Leonard might not play for the Colts. Sanders will start for the Browns the rest of the season.
What are the Colts going to do? Brett Rippon?
Yeah. I mean, what a fiasco.
Yeah, that's, they were at one point the 1 seed in the AFC. What does that go back 3 weeks ago? Before the Chiefs game?
Yep.
And now they're turning into big favorites to actually miss the playoffs?
Well, the schedule. Man. I mean, dimes couldn't move anyways. But now you got to go to Seattle. You have to play Jacksonville again. You play the 49ers at home, and you go to Houston. Oh, man.
They could lose out.
Yes, absolutely.
Was their win total wasn't 8.5, was it?
I was going to say that. Imagine if they lost the Germany game. Remember, that was 3rd and 21.
Yeah.
Dimes ran for 19, and then somehow we got it into Warren. They would have stayed under their win total with a 9-game losing streak to close. What an all-time beat that would have been. They're lucky they won that.
The explanation to overturn Isaiah Likely's TD made it 10 times worse. The good, the bad, and the ugly from the weekend. Coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN. The good.
Pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good.
The bad.
I've had it with this dump. Got no food, got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
And the ugly.
First of all, that's horrible.
Wow, that was the worst piece of crap I've ever seen.
Congrats if you had 50-1 to win Conference USA. Kennesaw State wins the conference in just their second year of FBS. Incredible turnaround and how they struggled last year to get it done and win the league. And James Madison joined the Sun Belt in 2022 after being a force in FCS. Not only do they win the Sun Belt, they go 12-1 and they are a playoff team. Also at 12-1 at some places that they cashed. Incredible season for James Madison. The bad, the Ravens. 3-5 at home. How bad does the loss look week 1 against the Bills?
Oh.
To think they're going to miss the playoffs and that under 500 can win this division? The likely play, the tough call with the Rodgers interception, 2 for 6 in the red zone. This team, there's no way, no how, with Lamar and Henry and these tight ends that they should struggle in the red zone like this. And just sick that they've lost these last 2 games at home when they should have ran away with this division. Shame on you, Baltimore.
My good is the new favorite to win the Offensive Player of the Year. Think about this for a second. Jackson Smith and Jigba with a great bounce back. So his worst game of the year was last week against Minnesota. He had 2 catches for 23 yards. His second worst game of the year was 4 catches, 79 yards. His third worst game of the year was 5 for 93 and a touchdown. That is absolutely bonkers to think about it like that.
Yeah.
I want him to break the all-time record. I hope he gets it done. And this connection has been, like, they knew what they were doing when they're like, yeah, DK, that's fine. Go ahead. We don't need you. Because this guy's going to take off and not only be the number 1 receiver on our team, he's going to be the number 1 receiver in the entire league. Great spot to bounce back by him yesterday, and they killed Atlanta in the second half. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on my good, even though they're not a good football team. Again, we do this every single year. But this must be 5-6 years running.
Yep.
I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know. They're going to win their division or go over their win total and be a playoff team, and they're probably going to get trucked in the first round. But here you go again. Like the Ravens, I'll raise my hand. I was guilty, but I was one of many who had Baltimore power rated number 1 to begin the season. And they are a train wreck. And Pittsburgh, found a way to get it done yesterday. And he's probably staring at another playoff/winning season at the end of the year. And Jordan Love now, last couple of games, I don't know, man, maybe this whole December thing, when you look at his career splits, December, he's only played 10 games in the month of December, but he's 6-4, or the team is 6-4 overall with the record. 67% completion, 19 touchdowns to 2 INTs. He gets cooking big time in December.
Boy, Watson's good.
Yeah, right? And did it again yesterday.
Yep.
My bad's Ryan Day. That was, I'll tell you this, that guy is so fortunate that they got hot in the playoff last year. Because if that was let's say that was the Big Ten performance game last year, even though they didn't make it, the heat on this guy would have been, the temperature on his hot seat would have been 600 degrees.
How do you kick a field goal there? And why are you so bad 3rd and 1, 4th and 1?
Yes.
You can't kick a field goal 4th and 1 there.
And deciding, and I get it, I agree with the bettors on X who were saying this, his whole idea to slow down games when you're clearly the most talented team, rather than getting you as many opportunities or as many plays as possible, you're going to enforce your will on them, and at some point they're going to break in theory. That game plan doesn't make any sense. But so he goes forward on 4th and short the first time, doesn't get it. Then he decides to kick the field goal, which they miss. How about you flip it? If you kick the field goal, even if you miss it, you probably decide not to kick the field goal the second time because you're not going to have confidence in the guy. But if he makes it, then you kick the field goal there. And if you win, if you make it, you go up. If not, you're still tied. Just buffoonery out of that guy.
It's good.
That's my good and bad.
My ugly, the Browns and Stefanski. Tony Rizzo was ready to go today, our guy in Cleveland. It's so bad. They didn't realize what they have or what they could have in this guy, that Sanders goes out and throws for 364. A Browns quarterback hadn't had 3 touchdowns passing and rushing since Derek Anderson in 2007. No reps, no practice time, thought Gabriel was better. Now you finally name him the quarterback for the rest of the season. The other thing, Stefanski, they have to clean house. Now they can't stop anything, got gashed on the ground, but the decisions in the front office, they're bringing Watson back, they announced. Watson might be the guy next year, or he'll be in the mix. They also are talking about, are they going to draft a quarterback? Number 1, let's see what you have in Sanders. Number 2, what was the 2-point conversion play? You take Sanders off the field, you run this gadget stuff with Judkins. It's hilarious in real time, whereas he's running with the ball, he realizes, I was supposed to toss it to him. And tries to throw it. And it's stuff. That was so bad.
They did that against the Raiders, too.
Yeah.
They took him off
Taking
the
him
field.
out. Right. And they lose with that horrible call as well.
I will say, though, Sanders was not good against Las Vegas in that game.
No, I know that, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's his first start. It's gonna take time here and growing pains.
Yeah.
Doesn't any reps.
Also, well, Rizzo's the perfect guy, ESPN Cleveland, to talk to about this. Again, is it Stefanski? Is it the front office? Is it the ownership? I don't know who's in charge of this whole
Terrible.
operation.
It's like, give the kid an opportunity. He already threw for 364. Also, what happened to these Sanders props? Now's the time to get creative after what they did with the full page. And Raheem Morris again in Atlanta. They have lost 7 of 8. No playoffs since 2017. Gave up in the second half. I don't know what you do with Penix moving forward as well. You could have had Vrabel. You interviewed all these candidates, and you went with a retread who couldn't get it done in Tampa Bay. Horrible job by the Falcons again.
Yeah, he's not a head coach. He needs
No.
to be a defensive coordinator. My ugly, again, to go back to that Steelers-Ravens situation. So was it a catch? Was it not a catch? I thought it was a catch. I thought it should have stood as a touchdown. So here's the pool reporter with the NFL Vice President of Instant Replay, Mark Butterworth, after the game, talking about the decision. Butterworth said the ruling on the field was a touchdown. We quickly look at the play. The receiver controlled the ball in the air, had his right foot down, then his left foot down. The control is the first aspect of the catch. The second aspect is 2 feet or a body part in bounds, which he did have. Then the third step is an act common to the game, and before he could get the third foot down, the ball was ripped out. Therefore, it was an incomplete pass. Follow-up question. So an act common to the game, what would constitute in the end zone? Is that 2.5 steps before the third step down? What would constitute an act common to the game? For this play, it would be him completing the third step. Another follow-up. So he needed the third step in the end zone in this situation? Yes, sir. What are we doing?
Yep.
Rewrite the rules.
Harbaugh met with the league today. He goes, the catch rules is clear as mud.
Yeah, no kidding.
He goes, they explained it to me, he said, and it's worse now.
Oh,
Terrible.
it's so bad. Again, but if you're a running back and you're reaching the ball towards the pylon and it this much of the football touches the pylon or it goes over and breaks, touchdown. Doesn't matter. Guys, rethink this thing in the offseason.
Good, the bad, the ugly, brought to you by SharpPlays.com. Get the latest betting insights and analysis now. SharpPlays.com. Look for the first touchdown props in the Mr. Poison tweets. Jeff and the crew been at it since 2011. Documented results, public logs, transparent receipts. SharpPlays.com. Trusted by pros, monitored by the books. SharpPlays.com. Stay ahead of the line.
By the way, Circus Survivor's down to 11 people. And John Accorsi, who we had on the show on Friday, had 4 left. He has 1 left now. Yep. He had 2 on the Buccaneers, but that was...
Will this get to Christmas? This is unbelievable.
I know. It's the exact opposite of last year. Everything happened early last year. Then it was all favorites.
Yep.
This year, no carnage, and then Thanksgiving comes and forget about it. I don't know. Does it get beyond Christmas? Does it get to week 18? That's got to be a dog at this point, I would think.
Well, a lot of people play San Francisco. But again, the zigging and the zagging. What, 9 different teams were used?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. We got to look at the team availability. I guess the 5 people that were on Cleveland, I guess they did not have a lot of other big favorites available to them yesterday.
Yeah. Tough.
Yep.
Tough, man.
Month left of the season. We'll get into division numbers,
Oh, it's
yes, no
getting juicy
playoff
now.
odds, and some awards coming up. I'm not going to... The Love stuff is awesome in December. He can't win the MVP, can he?
No. No way.
There's just not enough time left.
No. Especially when you compare him to Stafford's stats.
Stafford's numbers
Plus,
are so
yeah,
good.
Great job flexing that game, by the way, New England and Baltimore. But what if May has a good game again on national TV? And what I mean, if the Patriots are going to win 14 games,
Yep.
how are you going to overcome May?
It's certainly possible, yeah. Against that Buffalo defense, maybe he lights them up for 350 and a couple of scores and runs for...
He probably will.
All right, Sal Palantonio joins this show every single Wednesday. He had a very strong opinion when he joined us last week on what he called the number one problem with the Eagles. Wait until you hear his thoughts next here on VSiN.